Hey guys, most of you know I get really excited when I get a package from Casey or Twisty Tex, and this time he sent me puzzles from his collection. They're actually all made by RCPongo or Troy, and I'm gonna make multiple videos about this package because I think every single puzzle deserves a video. So let's start with the Spax cube. Now let me give you a bit of context. For those who don't know, the axis cube is a 3x3 that has been rotated around that corner 60 degrees. So you get some pretty cool patterns like this on the faces. And as you can see here, you've got 1, 2, 3 layers, 1, 2, 3 layers, and 1, 2, 3 layers. So this is a 3x3, and this is what a checkerboard pattern would look like on the 3x3. Alright, so let's see. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, this is what a 3x3, what an axis cube checkerboard pattern looks like. Now, what the Spax is essentially a curvy axis cube. And it's slightly different in the sense that since it's curvy, well, here you don't see any parts on the corner because the cuts go straight through. Here there is a part, and here the corners are quite big, here they're not. So that's quite interesting, but essentially this is an axis cube in its functionality, and I think it looks so much better with curvy cuts. And it's been so well finished. Just to give you a little bit of context, Troy made this, he designed it and made it with an FDM printer. And the thing is, he really finished it off quite well. I can't even see the production lines on most parts. Sometimes I do see them, but honestly it's an overall amazing quality for an FDM printed puzzle. Yeah, everything is so smooth, every single face is extremely smooth, and it almost feels like a mass-produced puzzle. You can still kind of feel the noise from some surfaces that aren't perfect, but honestly, it's just a detail. Like, this is extremely well made. It's a very, very high-quality puzzle. Let me just show you what the checkerboard pattern looks like on that one. It's even scarier than the other one. Wow, okay, just give me a second. It is quite confusing, to be honest. Alright, I think that's the one. Alright, I think I've got it, yeah. So this is what the checkerboard pattern looks like. It's really cool from the top, and here is where you have that symmetry around these two corners. So everything here, wow, it's just really beautiful. Now let's just undo that because it's very confusing. I'll probably be making a solve at the end of this video, but I want to show you something that I noticed that is extremely cool. Now the mechanism is just a standard 3x3 mechanism, so let's just open this up. It's quite simple, but there is one thing that makes this puzzle extremely innovative that I really, really like, and that's one of the reasons why I'm really glad that Troy is making 3D printed puzzles. As you can see, the centers have a groove right there, and that is actually a way to keep the caps in, and I think that is brilliant. As you can see, the caps can be slided in, and once the puzzle is assembled, they can't move out, but they don't need to be glued or anything. It's really a nice way to put them in, because that way you just have to slide them in, and they're gonna stay here thanks to the adjacent parts. And it's a very interesting cap design because the caps just can't come off. Once the puzzle's assembled, the caps are here to stay, and so you cannot even pop a cap, and that is just beautiful. I think that's a really very, very smart choice of design for the cap, and I will probably be reusing it because it's quite easy to implement in a 3D printed puzzle. So honestly, thank you for the brilliant idea. I think that's one of the things that makes this community beautiful. It's that you can always see people finding new methods and new ways to create new solutions and new puzzles and new designs for things that can simplify designs themselves. So that's just brilliant, and that's one of the reasons why I follow one of the reasons why I follow Troy on YouTube, because I think it's really interesting what he does, and I think there's going to be a lot to see from Troy in the upcoming months and years. So yeah, this is the Spax cube. I'm just going to scramble it and do a quick solve just to see how confusing it is. Maybe I should have looked at the shape before before scrambling it, because honestly I'm not really concentrated on the shape or anything. This is going to be quite a challenge in my opinion. It's hard to find where the parts align, to be honest. Alright, so let's just begin with an easy thing like this edge, which is obviously here. There's black and red right here, so I'm assuming it's that one. Black and red edge. Now the red and green edge, which is right here. This is really confusing. Now there's a large green edge right there, not in the right position, so sorry, not in the right orientation. Okay, so I've got the top face, which is more like a top edge thingy. I've got this corner right there, the green corner that should go all the way here. And now this is not the right orientation. I'm just going to use the beginner's method to get the orientation right, because honestly, I think it's trial and error. The best way to go. Alright, so this is the right orientation. I've got these two corners that are well placed, well positioned. This one is not in the right orientation, so if I do the R prime U prime algorithm, I'm probably gonna get it. Okay, kind of hard to turn, but that's not because of the mechanisms, that's because of the shape. And I've got one last corner. This is one of the large corners. It's black, green, orange. These are the ones that are easy to orient. These are kind of harder, but it's still quite simple. Now. Okay, so I've got black and red, and this is an edge, so I'm assuming this one should be tipped 90 degrees to the right. So what I'm doing is I'm putting these three parts on the opposite face, turning them 180 degrees so that they are not impacted by this rotation of the center, move them back up, pair them up with the center, and move them all the way here. So essentially I'm solving a super cube right now. So let's just do that multiple times. Okay, this one is in the right orientation, this one is not at all. I think it's 180 degrees, and yep. So this is in the right orientation, this is 2, this is as well, and this is 2. So these are the 4 centers that I've just oriented adjacent to the top face. So now I'm gonna turn my, I'm gonna flip the cube over. Now this is confusing because this needs to go, okay, this needs to go in that position, so I'm just gonna use the beginner's method algorithms. It's strange how I always have difficulty solving puzzles that are shape mods and stuff like that without the beginner's method. Like, I can't use my speed cubing algorithms to solve a shape mod, and I don't know why. It's probably because of the, you know, the part recognition and stuff like that, and the fact that the shape is quite complex, so I tend to screw up everything during the algorithm, which is not the best course of action. But yeah, I just find it easier to solve it with the beginner's method. Now, let's finish that off. I've got this in the wrong orientation. This one is in the wrong orientation as well. So I'm gonna use that algorithm to put them in the right orientation. But now I'm gonna use beginner's algorithms to try to get these edges correctly positioned. Now they're all in the right position. Notice how the center is in the wrong orientation. That does not matter. I will solve it last. First I want to solve those corners. So again, beginner's method algorithms, they're now in the wrong orientation and they need to be oriented like that. So again, beginner's method, and now they are in the right orientation. And all that's left is to orient the center. Now, since it's a 180 degrees, there's something quite easy with picture cubes and stuff like that, super cubes. It's R prime U, and do that 5 times. And there it is. It's solved, and it's got that beautiful logo from Troy right there. I really like that one. Very, very nice. All right, so I think this puzzle is really brilliant. That center mechanism is just, I mean, the cap is just perfect. The finishing is extremely well done. As you can see, impossible to remove the cap even though they're not glued in. I'm still in awe of that idea. I think it's a brilliant idea. Anyways, I really had fun playing with this puzzle, and I really look forward to the next videos because I'm gonna get to show you some more puzzles from Troy. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see the next videos, and like my social networks if you want to see some pictures of these puzzles, and I will be seeing you in the next video.